All right, what's going on, everybody? It's me, EJ, tapping in with a mall update. A lot has happened since we went up to Duke on Wednesday, so I just want to kind of keep everybody in the loop on the same page because I know sometimes Facebook updates can seem cryptic, but I'm being very transparent with this process. So, um, the insurance Jamaal currently has a caveat saying he can only go to no want providers. Okay. And it is now my highest of recommendations that if you have something beyond the common cold, leave Navon alone. Just leave them alone. Because the problem lies with them not having liver specialists or a liver transplant team. So what that means is anywhere we go that does have what we need will be out of network. Um, which we knew very early on, but this isn't the first time something like this has happened. So they um they have a exception that they can do in order to get everything processed. Now, why out of all these exceptions, this tend to be the one that they wanted to cut a fool on? I don't know. So, whole thing is we knew we were out of network, right? But that's why I felt they were sending us to Duke or Carolina. And if you listen to the previous part, Duke called first, and Carolina actually contacted us a week after we had already got back from Duke. Um, so we went with Duke, and they have been phenomenal, amazing. I cannot thank everybody at Duke enough for the outstanding level of care they have provided. And I'm talking about everybody from his liver doctor to the liver transplant team down to the custodians. Amazing group of people there. Amazing. And we end up having like I said in the previous video that mall we had been taking mall locally to Presbyterian, but it was to the point where they said that there was nothing more they could do for him. So in that instance, I contacted the liver team, his liver transplant team, and they said bring him up. I dropped everything, took him up to do. And Wednesday, okay, I will put a caveat in here. They're two different sides. Excuse me, they're two different sides of Duke. So I'm used to the liver and cancer side that's really up echelon and classy. But that emergency room, you wouldn't even think it was in the same facility. But it took us a while to get through the emergency room. It was packed. And he didn't get a room until Thursday morning, like early Thursday morning. And Thursday was Juneteenth, so there was nothing really happening until Friday. So fast forward to Friday. All smiles and giggles. I have a firm understanding at this point that Jamaal is not coming home without a liver. Period. Um, we are at that stage, truly at that stage. And Friday, we saw actually on Thursday we got to see his liver doctor. I love her. She reminds me of my cousin Mia. But we got to see his liver doctor, Dr. Brady, and we knew she was off that next day. So I ended up meeting two other members of the liver team, the liver doctor team, and they were awesome too. But they came in the first time, but then they came back and was like, "We have a problem," and I'm like, "What kind of problem? Like, okay, what's the problem to you?" So I don't know where this is going. I don't know if it's a problem with him. What I just there was a problem. So she was like, yeah, your insurance is refusing to cover the transplant, mouth agape. So it was a lot of asking the same question over and over again in different ways to me. Like, okay, if you're out of network, and we all have a firm understanding that we're out of network because he has to go to a Novant provider, but where do Novant send their liver patients? They were like, oh, to Atrium, Duke, or Chapel Hill. Okay. So she said, since they said no to Duke, um, since they said no to Duke, we would have to try Atrium or Chapel Hill. I immediately jumped on Atrium. That's in Charlotte. That's home. Let's go to Atrium. That will take a lot of financial stress off of us. It'll take a lot of stress off of me being the primary caregiver. Like our whole family unit could pitch in if we are local. So I was really pushing for Atrium. Like, yeah, let's do that. And we got the news. We were approved. And we were just waiting for a bed to open up at Atrium, and they kind of gauged the transfer to be either Friday night or Saturday. I was like, all right, bet. I had to run around and do a couple of things in the city, make sure he was good, because we collectively did not pack well for this trip. I understand that, but you can't. I really didn't know this would be go time. So it was like a light pack. I didn't expect to be away almost a week. So he did pretty much the same. So I had to run and get him some just care items and stuff. And while I was out, I got the call at like 4:15, 4:20 that, oh yeah, their Atrium is now denying the transfer because you're out of network. We already knew that. Like, why y'all playing in my face? And why do you play in my face so late at in the day where I can't really do anything? So, actually, just to pivot back a little bit, when we came for the evaluation, the transplant evaluation for those 3 days, um, like one of the tests cost $750. The other one cost like $500. Like we coming out of pocket, cash money, like monies is coming out. And like I said, Stella staff at Duke just real good. She was like, it would have been $4 if you had Medicaid. Bet I'm signing him up with Medicaid. That's what I did. Now I did get a little confused because I thought it was like a caseworker and a caseworker assistant, but because we had two caseworkers. I didn't understand that they technically worked at two different departments, but my mortgage brain, all the documents come in, you scan it in the OneDrive, everybody can see the same documents. So, I mean the share drive. And you share the documents. So I'm sent in all his paperwork and we good. No, they don't share documents. You have to send them. Very inefficient, but not here nor there. Whatever. But so I got the documents into one caseworker, but not the other one. And so we hadn't heard back from Medicaid. I'm call It's 4:40 at this time. I'm calling like, hey, we need an emergency decision. Like y'all need to get on it because originally we were told we weren't gonna get a decision until like mid-August. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I mean, I'm sitting here reaching out, calling these different people. Oh my, thank every good thing on this earth from my Aunt Cynthia and Mama T. Both of them powerhouses. Powerhouses who have had my back when this stuff was going down because a lot of the I did not understand why this was happening. And I wasn't understanding like why are they not taking the exception because he's going to be out of network everywhere. So, like I got like my son is sitting on the phone listening to what they're telling me because she she used to well, not here nor there. I'm not telling my auntie's business, but she's a powerhouse in this field, in the insurance field when it comes to, well, the hospital insurance field. So she's listening. She's listening. Like every time I needed an assist, she's on three way. She's picking up that call. And I can never thank her enough for that. But um so Friday can't do nothing. He's been declined from Atrium. After we thought we were going home, I'm telling my mama we doing a happy dance. You know, the family, hey, we coming home. He's getting transferred to Atrium. And weekend was hard. Weekend was real hard because I did have a little moment. I was like, so if all three of y'all say no, then what? Y'all can't not give him the liver. I was really about to go John Q up in there. That's why I had to call in my mom's squad because I'm just like, either you gonna give him more, or I'm gonna take one of y'all's. What we finna do? Nobody, I was more so saying this toward the insurance, definitely not to nobody to do. But I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy at all. I'm sitting here with a whole migraine all weekend. Like, what's about to happen? Carolina, our last hope, and yesterday, uh, I'm there whole day, and I just got back to my house at 10 o'clock last night. So we there the whole day, and we waiting on Carolina. We waiting to see what Carolina about to say. And at the end of the day, they said that they declined Carolina too. My heart dropped, and if y'all would have seen the face, my baby face, my heart dropped. I I was at a loss of words. I was my gastic, I was flabbergasted. The gasket was flabbered because I'm just sitting here like I bet. So first out, we're gonna change the insurance. It'll kick in July 1st. Fine. I just gotta find the insurance that works. Uh, I mean, and then today, earlier, I was like, hey, I talked to like the caseworker and the what you call the person, caseworker and the social worker. I was like, hey, I'm going to medicate. I'm back in town. I'm going to Medicaid office in person. But it was to the point where I was like, I had a powwow, with counsel, and I'm like, hey, push come to shove, just tell him to release him. I drive him back, and we just go to a Atrium hospital because they can't deny him care. They can't do no harm. Hippocratic oath. So I'm sitting here thinking like that, and I'm not going to discuss the other two. I may, after having this discussion in powwow or think tank with my advisors this morning, we had 5 solid plans, backup plans for if Medicaid didn't come through. Yeah, 5 solid backup plans, and I ain't mention them because we still might need to use them, and that's not here nor there. But sometimes you gotta get real creative. So we had solid backup plans, and one of them was just changing the insurance. And this is after Friday too, when they were just like we're not in network, we're not in network. I'm like, we're running out of network. We'll worry about the payment, the money part later. Run it out of network. Oh, you can't do that for a transplant. And why on earth not? But okay, whatever. So this morning I pack a bag. I put all my documents from Duke in there. Like I got 2 thick binders. I got my headphones fully charged. My phone got 100. I got a book. I'm ready to spend the day at the Medicaid office. I'm 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 on my Kendrick right now. Sometimes you gotta pop up and show ninjas. I was the certified boogeyman. Like I'm here. What we finna do? Um, so unnecessary. Get everything done in less than 10 minutes. I ended up having to talk to his caseworker. She wrote down the two that they're not basically together and what the two different things they were working on were. And then I had to go to another meet with this guy. And literally, he only asked me like two, three questions. And I was like, oh, I just had to sit here and be cute? Okay. Like, literally, I was sitting there. They not like us. They not like us. Like, headphones, sacrifices. Like, I'm jamming. Like, just wait for him to ask me the question. He gave me my paper and we were out. I was like, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give y'all 5 stars on the Googles because when I talked to the caseworker, she was on top of it. When I explained to her everything that was going on, she was like, "I'm on it. Don't worry about it. I'm on it." When I tell you, by the time I got to my house, he was approved for Medicaid. I wanted to cry just because, but I can't. I literally can't cry no more. I'm all cried out. I'm just focused right now. But I did want to cry. I wanted to, but I just couldn't. So I'm like, yeah, he coming home because he get Medicaid. He can go to any of the three. I would have loved for him to stay at Duke, but financially and supportively, I need him at Atrium. If it's at all possible, I want it at Atrium because then it won't all be on me. But the caveat was we were working together. We were doing this thing together. So Duke was working with his insurance company, and I was down to the Medicaid. So I told Duke, "Hey, we got approved for Medicaid. We good." 1 hour later, they decided to the insurance company decided to do a single payer agreement with Chapel Hill. This is after they already declined paying for Duke and Atrium. They decided to do a payer agreement with Chapel Hill, which now that they're declining to pay for his stay at Duke, that means he cannot stay at Duke. And he will be transferred to Chapel Hill whenever a bed becomes available. But only good thing is, um, they mainly do the transfers like at 2 and 3 in the morning. Currently, he's on a waiting list. There's no beds open. That sounds terrible, but that's good for us right now. Because if he's still at Duke in the morning, there's still a chance for me to get him to Atrium. If not, we're going to figure this thing out. This 30 days away out. I don't really care as long as he gets delivered and they do an amazing job. I don't care where it happens, but I do care because it's more support here in Charlotte. So, now we just gotta wait and see. So just gotta wait and see if he's there in the morning or not. This has been the craziest roller coaster I've ever gotten on, and I've never liked roller coasters. This has been emotionally and physically and mentally straining, not just on me, but definitely on mom. These highs and lows, and it's all behind money, makes me sick, honestly. It makes me sick. And what if you don't have an advocate that's willing to go to bat for you, or you don't have those resources that can help you when you can't help yourself? When I didn't understand something, I had people I could reach out to. I just really hate that for the people who don't have champions on their side. But I do appreciate everybody who has contributed to the GoFundMe, those who are thinking about it, and those who will. Um, so it's still looking like I'm gonna be out for 30 days to take care of him. I gotta find a new spot to stay because the original one I picked was like attached to Duke because I didn't want to have to worry about traffic or anything like that. If after the surgery something happened, I could just, if I needed to, just push him across the street, basically. But if we go to, since we're not going to Chapel Hill, I have to look at the list they gave me for that. And yeah, it's just, I know a lot of the Facebook messages could be a little cryptic, but when I say from 1 minute to the next, I really don't know what's going on. I'm not lying to you. So, I mean, I guess tomorrow we'll figure out where the surgery is going to be. But when I asked if I could just take him and bring him home so we can go to Atrium, they would not medically release him. So I know the liver transplant is super close wherever it's going to happen. That he's not coming home without that liver. Thank you guys for your support, prayers, love. Just thank you.